Hey, welcome to the Scarby channel once again. My name is Chris, and a while ago I reviewed Less Than Jake's album In With The Outcrowd to mixed reviews, I must say. It's my highest rated video, but not in a good way. um, so yeah, this is going to be another one of them videos, and I think it was Keymaster2 who encouraged me to do reviews on albums that I'm not particularly keen on, and kind of start on one of my rants again or whatever. But yeah, whatever, I'll do it. I don't care. And right now, the album that I'm going to be reviewing is Capdown. The album Wind of Toys. It's released quite a while ago, like 2006 or something. I'm not sure, but yeah, a while ago on Fierce Panda Records. And I absolutely fucking hate this album. It's crap. I'm not. Don't take me wrong. Okay, it's Capdown. Capdown were awesome. Capdown were a great band, and even when this album, after this album came out, they were a great band live. And they never stopped being a great band live and performing really kick-ass shows. And I saw them a couple of times, and they were great. You know, every time they always had a good show, and their other two albums were great, and their EPs were good. But this album, for me, I just don't like it. Okay. Nothing's convinced me otherwise. It's all well and good for people to say, oh, you mean, thing about this album is, you know, they couldn't just do the same thing that they did last time. They couldn't just repeat Civil Disobedience and Pound the Sound again, because that would have been boring and they wouldn't have progressed, blah, 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 blah. But, I mean, and there's this other thing, Jake from Capdown, the frontman, alto saxophone player, okay? He was, at the time, doing interviews with Mike Davies on Radio 1 Punk Show, and the Lockup, as I still call it. And he was saying, well, you know, I don't like us being categorised as a ska punk band. I think that's a really narrow genre, and we never saw ourselves as a ska punk band. We wanted to play different music, and we wanted to play rock music, and all this kind of thing. And okay, mate, but you thought of a ska punk band. You play ska core music or whatever. You know, you may not think that you are, but pretty much all your fans, that's what they expect from you. If you want to do something else, fine, but don't call it Capdown, because some of the songs in this album were just, I don't know, they were really. I also found it offensive. I must say, I found it very offensive. Track 5, Surviving the Death of a Genre. What fucking death, mate? What genre died? Ska? Did that die? I'm not aware of ska ever dying. Or is it something that you made up, or just because the media and just because the industry doesn't really give a fuck about ska, like that doesn't mean that it's dead. And there's thousands of bands out there right now doing that thing, hundreds of UK bands. So like, when you come up saying that it's a dead genre, you survived the death of the genre. What? And it's just this ignorant thing about how it's something about it just didn't sit right with me. I just find that kind of offensive, and so many good bands broke up in that period, yeah. I mean, No Comply, and Lightyear, and King Prawn, and I mean, I could go on, the list is quite endless. So there's a lot of bands that broke up that period. They all seem to break up at the same time, around that 1 year period. 2004, 2005, everyone kind of just dropped off the face of the earth. I know this. I'm not stupid. I remember vividly when that happened, but it didn't die. The old bands were replaced by other bands coming up, and there was always something happening, Just surviving the death of a genre, yeah, whatever. That isn't my main bug to bear on this album, though. My main bug to bear on this album is the fact that Jake does not really play his saxophone all that much on this record. I mean, That's what you really like Capdown for, is those sax riffs, and those awesome like sax lines that come into the songs. You know, that's what we like. That's when you buy a Capdown record. It's one of the main things you want, and you didn't get it. And what's even more frustrating for me as a listener, I don't mean to be overly, critical, but for me as a listener when I'm listening to this, there were spaces within each song where he could have put a saxophone solo in there. And I remember the first time I was listening, I was waiting for that saxophone solo, and it just never happened. So, that's kind of annoying. And when there was a saxophone, when you did hear the saxophone, it was covered by either the keys or the guitar playing exactly the same riff. So they just buried it on purpose. And it's that thing of, instead of playing riffs, he was augmenting the sound with a bit of saxophone, which is not really what I paid for. That's not what I want to hear. Um, there are some good songs in here. I'm not going to say there isn't. Wind Up Toys, Generation Next. Rush Tuesdays, keeping up appearances, no matter what. I mean, there are some good songs in here, but it's not that there's loads of crap songs. It's a bad album. I'm not going to give it a bad review. And I don't really hate the album. Right? That's kind of overstating the mark a little bit. I mean, it's just a big disappointment for me at the time. I'm still not overly keen on it. So for me, I'm going to give this a 3 out of 5. That's being quite generous, because I do like a couple of the songs in here, but if I'm being truthful, I haven't heard this record in about a year and a half. I haven't felt the need to put it into my CD player for a year and a half. That says something. I've listened to Civil Disobedience and Pound for the Sound plenty of times over that year and a half period, but I haven't listened to this. So yeah, it's a 3 out of 5 for me. For Capdown-Wind, the album Wind Up Toys on Fierce Panda Records. Chris, you've been watching the Sky Review channel. Thanks ever so much for watching. Please rate, comment, and subscribe, and feel free to give me as much shit as you want. It's all good. Just my opinion. Cheers.